Hey, are we having another adventure in the bush today? Another adventure? We are having another adventure on this beautiful, promising to be sunny day in the woods at the fort. And this is a fort add-on video. We're gonna do some upgrades. And I'm here with the Wooded Beardsman. We're gonna do some constructing and cooking. And we're sleeping out tonight. First night at the fort in the woods. So follow along with us on this adventure and see how we improve the site a little bit. You can see that our trail is a little bit improved. So Rob came up on the weekend with his snow machine and packed the trail here and the one that goes to the sugar bush as well. So I'm really excited about that. And I've been running my snare line there still for the past couple of weeks. I only have 2 snares set up right now, but we're gonna go have a peek at those, including the one that my daughter set up, her first snare. We're just waiting to catch a rabbit on that one. A hare, a snowshoe hare on that one. One of the worst things about taking a dog with you is when they're walking on the back of your snowshoes or the back of your skis. Real irritating. Hey, why don't you go ahead? Hey? So you'll notice here, for example, where there's a fallen birch top and the hares have packed it down. They're eating all the twig tips here. So this just draws them in like a magnet. And what we're doing today is we're making a hare snare corral, and we're going to box in some birch twigs with just a couple of openings around the edges, maybe 4, and we're going to set snares there. So we're going to have a corral. It's going to be baited with birch twigs, and we're going to catch some hares. Follow along. It's been a little bit too much snow since I set this up, and the snare is buried. There's not even a trail here anymore. Go check the other one. And this one here, the snare is buried. The hares are actually jumping over the stick. Pull that one. Okay. Well, Mirica, look over here. You just caught your first hare. And sorry you're in school right now and not here to see it. But that's exciting. You successfully have snared a hare. Good job. Got the tool belt out with me. Nails and hammer. Just stash that under cover here for now. Oh, lots of squirrel tracks in here. Yeah. Catch and cook squirrel, maybe. So one of the first tasks is to cut a lot more of these poles so we can have a full length. Basically, 2 people will be able to sleep in here. A long bed. Alright. This is the kind of thing we're looking for. These dead standing balsams and spruces, so you tend to find them in these really overgrown areas where some of them have been choked out for lack of sunlight, and just need to trim them all up and cut them to length, and I need a lot of them. So I'm basically just selecting the right kind of size of trees that are nearby to the trail, drag them out to the trail, and then I'll trim them all up and cut them to length. And right now I have a mix of dry wood for making the bed and some dry hardwood. It's elm, I think, a dead elm tree for our fire. maybe it doesn't look like I got that much done, but I have been away from the fort for a couple hours probably, and it'll be interesting to see what Chris has gotten done when I get back, and then hopefully when you put together what we each got done separately, it amounts to a morning well spent. One thing about Chris is he's never idle. He's either doing or planning, so I'm sure there'll be some changes when I get back. If experience from any of our previous trips is going to hold true again, he's often up doing stuff while I'm still sleeping in the morning, or even if it's raining out, like, oh, we can just take a break and do nothing, but he's always keeping busy. So let's go see what's been keeping him busy for the last little bit. Well, I think I see some smoke maybe. How's it going?
Good. The fort's all knocked up.
Yeah.
It's all ready to go.
Nice. Look at this.
The giganticest tripod ever.
Yeah, that is the biggest tripod ever.
But I figured if it's too tall, we can always cut the legs off the bottom.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not unmanageable though.
Fancy rig. It's actually a little more out of the way when it's bigger.
I feel like that's the case. Because you can, I mean, the legs are kind of in the way, but they're kind of not in the way.
We can build a bigger fire too without worrying about burning it.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, it's alright.
There's lots of coals here. I just put it on now.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a few hours still, but everything else is ready to go.
Nice.
Stew stuff I didn't put in yet. It's just water and hare.
Well, that's boring.
Well, we don't want everything to be mushy. I think. So tenderize the hare. Yep. And then we'll throw the veggies in after.
Cool. So, do you want to talk about this
sure
contraption here a little bit? So this is like a nylon rope coming down to a metal cable.
The main device here, I don't know if it's hot yet. It shouldn't be. But Jared Fenwick, right? Is it Fenwick?
You know what? I'm not sure, but Jared.
It's Jared.
Yeah.
No, it's Jared anyway. Anyway, Jeremy will link it up at the bottom.
Yep.
But he calls it a fishy thing. So the fishy thing is meant so that it can go inside of a metal canteen. So any type of those metal canteens, and it'll hold it. Anyway, maybe I'll show you guys that later. But the fishy thing's the main part up here. And if anybody's ever cooked on a fire, you know that it's a pain in the butt. Yeah. To get the temperature right, because it's always changing high-low. So if you just pull on the fishy thing here, and then let go, adjust height.
It just holds on its own tension.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty quick adjust. It's kind of like when you have a quick adjust guidelines on your tent or something maybe. And I'm guessing it's called the fishy thing because this here, if I get it in the right angle, is shaped like a fish. Very cool.
So just drop that down to probably right above the fire for now.
Yeah.
So I think I've got all the heights right.
Nice.
So that we can really get it rocking. Maybe all the way down the bottom right now because there's lots of heat there.
Yeah.
And not a lot of flame, so we don't have to worry about burning our rope right now.
Yeah, that looks really handy.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we're able to put it to use today. So here's all the gaps that I have to fill in. I don't know if I have enough logs for that. I probably don't, but we'll see how close we get anyway. Well, that should be enough to finish the bed. I think there's 28 or 30 poles there, and Chris isn't at camp, so I think he must not have been here for a while because the fire's died out. Let's see if I can get it going again. He's gone to make a hare snaring, what are they calling it? A hare pound. So it's like a contraption for baiting and snaring hares. So we'll get this fire going and lay down these sticks, and then we'll follow his tracks and see what he's up to. Filled, and I've got a few to spare even. This dry hardwood marring in there too. Just following Chris's tracks along here. This is kind of interesting for end of January, but if you can see all those little black specks on the snow, we call those snow fleas. They're springtails, and I always think of them as being a kind of a spring creature. They come down out of the trees when it warms up in the spring and the snow is melting. I see them a lot when I'm doing maple sugar, maple syrup. But I guess it's kind of the same weather right now, and it's tricked them into coming down and hanging out on the snow where they might be doomed. I don't know if they climb back up in the trees after, but I guess they can. I wasn't recording. I don't know how much that I missed, but here's Chris. I found him.
Yeah. So we're doing a rabbit pound. This is the first time I've ever done one. Yeah. So it's basically 4 sticks, and then they're blocked off on either side. There's 3 spots, so we got snares, and then we got a bunch of birch tips on the inside. It's a little smaller than I wanted to. Yeah. Tight space. Yeah, yeah. So it's hard to get the branches in there. But anyway, they're all in there, and then so there's openings 3 sides. Yeah. And there's tons of rabbit sign up top. So we're going to put 3 trail cameras around here, and we're going to see what we can get. See if we're going to track the rabbit into this space. Yeah. Because this is not a space they were doing anything in to begin with. But we know every time we cut a birch tree and just leave it on the ground, like this one, this is a birch tree here. This is one that fell from somewhere or got cut, and every twig end on it is snipped, and there's just like hair pellets everywhere, and it's just packed down. So I will say it's a lot of work to set this up. Yeah. But it's something that can stay here. So you could, in theory, you know, keep rebaiting it, and rebait it, and then do it 2 or 3 times a season or something. Yeah. And then you have it set up kind of for the next time around too, with just a little bit of maintenance. I was thinking about it like it's not a lot of work to go and set 3 snares. No. But in my experience, and I just put out that video, catch about 1 rabbit per 5 snare nights. Right. So if you put a little more work into this and it lets you effectively bait them, yes, then you know maybe it increases the efficiency enough that it's worth the effort. Yeah, maybe you're not traveling as far. Yeah, yeah. And then the fact that you can come back and reuse it. It took me a lot of time to set it up, but it didn't take me a lot of energy necessarily. Yeah. You know? And once it's set, it's set.
Yeah.
So it's more like you're just drawing animals into you rather than going to the animals.
Except you built it right on my path.
I did. That's true. So you'll have to make a path going around it now.
Cut a whole path around.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the unfortunate part.
That's all right.
There wasn't really anywhere else. I mean, I could have done it over there, I guess.
Yeah.
But there was no sign there. I just did it here because there was sign.
Because they've been coming here anyway.
Yeah, they were coming here anyway, and there was a path coming through. So, I mean, I don't know. You can always move it.
Yeah.
You can move it if you want.
Chris is leveling the sleeping platform, and I probably don't need to wear this, but I need the hammer. So what I want to do is I brought some roofing nails to use as tacks, and instead of trying to chink all these logs with moss or whatever, I just picked up a painter's drop sheet. So this is a canvas runner. It is 4 feet by 15 feet. And what that means is, because our shelter's 12 feet long, we'll be able to do the whole back and then a little bit of a wrap on the sides. What I might do is do the whole back and most of one side, and then Chris has a second sheet that we can use for the other end and maybe for a little bit of the front. And one thing I might do is pick up another one of these to use as like a folding front to trap the heat inside and to keep the wind from coming in and so on. So let's have a look at this drop sheet. If you want to help me out with this, maybe we'll take one end down to that corner.
Oh, going on the inside?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll put it on the inside.
Okay.
And got my mostly these are roofing nails. Some of these are really long. Just for tacking that in there. Better take my gloves off. Pretty much like right to the corner there.
Just to the corner?
Yeah. And I'm just going to, that should be good there, so I'll just put a couple tacks in to start holding it in place. Just on this back log. So I got this runner on sale. It was 12 bucks. Less than $1 a foot. Seemed pretty reasonable. And you know, if you really wanted to, you could wax it or something too, right, to kind of waterproof it or make it even more windproof. Just kind of fill in any gaps. There it is. Just kind of a quick and dirty fort liner. Alright, before it gets too dark, I want to show you this in the light. So Through Night sent me this. This is a WOWTAC flashlight. It's the A7. They're technically supported by Through Night. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but it's the flashlight that I'm going to be using tonight in the dark, and so I want to give you a look at it beforehand in the light. So we've got charging cable, the flashlight, the belt clip, and some spare gaskets, and the little cover, plastic or rubber cover to protect the charging port, which is all pretty standard stuff when you get a flashlight from Through Night, so that's pretty nice. This one, I haven't quite familiarized myself with it yet, but it's got a lanyard hole, so you can put a retainer on it. It's got a power button at the front, which cycles through the different brightnesses, and then it's activated by a button on the back. And this is one of my favorite features because it lets you turn the light on and then adjust the brightness settings individually up at the front. The other thing is you can just push fire it to, if you just want a short bit of light without clicking it off and on. And so I really like that feature as well. Like the other Through Nights that I have, it has a firefly mode, so this is also pretty nice because it lets you just have a nice little faint light at night when you don't want to burn your eyeballs out looking around at a book or something. And then it can cycle up through different brightnesses. So you're going to see this in the dark, and you'll know that you're looking at a WOWTAC A7, and I'll link that in the description below. Okay, I'm just going to show you a few things, but I wanted to point out on this light, I like that when you have the light turned on, the button is highlighted, so it's easy to find that button in the dark to cycle through the different brightnesses. Anyway, we're just getting set up. So I have one of those survival reflective tarps underneath me, and then I have this thermarest. I also brought a wool blanket to go on top of that, and then 2 sleeping bags, and that should be warm enough. We're just tackling this really good rabbit stew, which we cooked on the fire with the fishy thing, and it worked really, really well, eh?
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm impressed.
Yeah. And it's pretty big pit getting melted out here from the fire, but we're gonna build up a big enough fire and then probably call it quits there pretty soon. So tomorrow morning, check the minnow trap, check the hares, and decide about some fishing maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So stay tuned. Good morning. Where am I? Right there. So, rained all night. Pretty much. We had ice pellets at one point, eh?
Maybe.
I felt them pinging off my face. I was like, oh, ice pellets. And then I started to fall back asleep, and then some of them just stayed in my eye sockets and started to melt there. Oh. Just put it around here, eh? Try that again. I'm still here. I'm just yakking to myself. Yeah, just ice pellets that pinged around and then they landed on top of my eyes. They're melting on my face. But it was warm last night. Maybe a little bit too warm for the number of sleeping bags that I've got. But I don't know. It was alright. And
What? The fire's gonna go.
Oh, look at that. There's some coals in there.
Oh, that's surprising.
Yeah.
It just puffed up there.
we let the fire go out. Well, I don't know what time it was. Around midnight, I got up to take a leak, and there were some coals going. But you said it was really smoky in here, eh?
Oh, it was bad.
Yeah, I didn't notice. I just slept right through it.
It was really bad. I couldn't breathe at some points.
Yeah. So, anyway, it's about time to get up and make some breakfast. And see about this rain. I don't know if it's rain or freezing rain, but when I was walking around in the night, it was pretty slippery where the snow was packed down. So, we'll see.
Andy, it'll take a bit.
Yeah. So we're having bacon and pancakes for breakfast, and so we're still using that fishy thing, and it's got this kind of like a hanging base. So the advantage here is that you can adjust the height, so you're using the right amount of heat for cooking whatever you're cooking. And we got a pretty good bed of coals going here this morning, so we'll just let that pancake do its thing.
You wanted fluffy, right?
Yeah.
Fluffy.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm aiming for fluffy.
it's fluffy. When it's fluffy, and you actually not fluffy.
There's my pancake. Brought these funny, my kids love these. Kind of like a cafeteria tray. Oh yeah. I got fluffy, just what I ordered. Put some butter on there. And did you say there's maple syrup from your place?
No, I use it all.
Yeah, right. I got my eye on it. Should have brought some of mine out because it made it right nearby here.
Yeah, you're slacking off, dude.
Yeah.
Holding out. I licked that spot.
Did you?
Yeah.
Just like,
I thought it would stop you from licking it.
so you just licked the jar?
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, I stuck my tongue in the jar.
Yeah. You're an animal.
We all are. Some are more sophisticated than others.
Yeah. And some less sophisticated than others.
It's so fluffy.
Yeah.
It's thick and fluffy.
We should cook that bacon, and then I could put bacon in here, fold it in half,
Oh yeah.
and have a big bacon sandwich.
What are you talking?
Yeah. I've got the ideas.
So you're making a pancake sandwich?
Look at how fluffy that is.
It's high fluff.
Yeah.
You're eating it wrong though. You're not gonna get the taste of the maple syrup on the inside.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
You gotta stick your tongue in the middle of it.
No, I taste all the butter, the maple syrup. That's really good. Nothing wrong with that. See if I can adjust this camera here. Oh, right. Here's my face. Yeah. That's like, I don't know. It's like a big pancake burrito.
It's gluten-free too.
Yeah,
You wouldn't notice though.
I assumed it was.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
yeah.
You wouldn't notice, because that's
you
what
notice?
you eat. It's got a,
I didn't put
Either-
any sugar in it, and then there's...
you can kind of tell it's not a wheat pancake,
Yeah.
but it's good. And it's fluffy. What's in it? Corn flour?
Just a mixture of flours, except wheat. Like
Yep.
they'll usually put like 4 or 5 different kinds of flour.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. And this isn't even a pancake recipe, it's just flour. It's not like I put...
Well, you didn't buy it as a pancake batter.
No.
You just bought gluten-free
Flour. And I put magic baking powder in it by ratio. But that's really all pancakes are. Like, this is a simple pancake recipe, so...
Except there'd usually be an egg,
No, we put 3 eggs in it.
powdered milk.
Yeah, there's no milk. That's what's missing.
Oh, you did bring eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I added the right ratio of magic baking powder and egg. And I didn't do the milk, because that was too much work.
Yeah. Cool. So, first night at the fort. Not your typical winter weather for this time of year.
It's improving though.
Yeah.
Freezing rain now.
Instead of regular rain.
Yep.
That's a big improvement.
Moving in the right direction.
Yeah. Another move in the right direction is cooking some bacon soon.
Round number 2. We got one more pancake left though.
Oh yeah. Well, I shouldn't have let the pan cool down.
Nope.
That was a mistake.
Too cooled off.
Yeah, I bet.
Yep.
Yeah, I have to warm it up before we put the batter in.
Put the next one in.
And we were just kind of discussing the merits of that fishy thing. Packs down pretty small, right? Because it's just
Just the wire.
a wire, a clip, and a rope. So that's pretty cool. Anywhere that you can whip up a tripod, you can just set that up. And then the advantage is, you know, if you're out, you don't have to build a rock fire pit to prop up a grill or anything if you're camping in a new location. Or if you just like the flexibility of being able to lower and raise it instead of trying to manage your coal base really carefully when you have a rock pit with a set grill. You know, it's handy for that as well.
It is superior to cook on this
Yeah,
than a set height.
yeah.
Way easier.
And it looks really cool, if that counts for anything.
Well, so you can shove as much fire as you want underneath it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't touch anywhere,
No.
right? So you can put whatever you want under there.
Mm-hmm.
And you can move it completely out of the way and have normal fire again.
Yeah.
It is better.
Yeah. He's got them for sale on a store.
Yeah, you'd have to check.
Okay, I'll link it in the description. And obviously, Chris and I are shooting similar but different videos at the same time here, so I'll link his channel if for whatever reason you haven't been there. Head over, have a look. Come back in here for another pancake and some bacon. Getting the bacon ready, but Chris brought a little surprise too. Check it out. Coyote steaks. So that'll be something new for me. Coyote steaks fried in bear fat. I mean in bacon fat. Could do bear fat. I have some bear fat here. We'll do bacon fat. Cool. Coyote backstrap. In some bacon fat. First coyote. Just looks like meat in a pan. So you said this is seasoned, eh?
Yeah, I brined it.
I can smell that. Oh, you brined it.
Yeah.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Just looks like a chunk of steak. And this is backstrap from the coyote. That's good. It's like just like little stir-fry steak pieces or something.
Yeah. Tastes like meat.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Tastes a little bit of the gaminess, but not a lot.
Yeah, I don't really,
It's not overpowering.
not registering with me. I just taste bacon and
Yeah.
ground spice.
Coming from the pancakes and the bacon, it's just a little bit more very subtle, but it's there. It's not overpowering at all. But you really wouldn't complain if you got that as a meal. You wouldn't be like,
No.
what's this? I'm not eating any more of that. I don't know. I ate fox leg. I don't know if I'd eat a fox leg again.
Yeah.
Pretty gamey. Maybe there's a right way to do it.
Try the backstrap.
Yeah, right.
Little fox backstraps.
Yeah. It's worth a go instead of wasting it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that was a good surprise then to the first night out of the fort. Good breakfast and then some surprise coyote. That was good. We'll be back up here again sometime. Do some more upgrades and changes and
Yeah.
more cooking, more adventures. Yeah.
If a pig is pork and a cow is beef, what's a coyote?
I don't know. There's a research question for you guys. You can leave a comment below. Educate us.
So you have to make it more palatable sounding.
Yeah.
You guys want a piece of dog?
Yeah.
Want some canine?
Yeah.
be a more-
There's got to be another word
An
for
Americanized name, so the kids don't know what they're eating.
it.
They're, pet rover.
Yeah.
Hard times, kids.
Yeah. Cool. All right, we'll leave you with that little tidbit. All right, this is the day one check at the hare pound that Chris made yesterday. I see some fresh grouse tracks that are new since yesterday. Maybe we'll see one. Let's shake it at the hare pound. Hey, that's alright. No bunny? No bunny? One bunny. So it worked out. All that effort paid off, and maybe it'll be on the video cameras too. So you'll have to check Chris's video for some of that footage. Yeah, make one closer to the fort.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
Every time you come out, just check it.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty sweet.